Hello, hello, hello. Sorry that this is starting slightly later than planned. I had a client call over and then a tech issue. So nice to have both of them together. Just going to say anything that we are live. And let me just make sure that we are working on this side too. All the tech, all the fun. All the tech, all the fun, all the tech, all the fun, all the tech, all the fun. Oh, I feel like I haven't left this room today. I ate my lunch. I did luckily have breakfast elsewhere and have my dinner elsewhere, but what did I have? I think I might have had my breakfast here. No, I had my breakfast in the kitchen, that's fine. I haven't been here all day, quite all day, just most of all day. Let's just check the live is working and give anyone a chance to join. Little recaps, you've got the other 3 parts now available in replay. I think the part 2 and part 3 weren't coming up, but they should be coming up now. And what I'm going to do is put them into their own separate channel, and that's the year goal setting as well. They should be coming up now. Oh, there you go, it's me talking. But there we go. So yes, and someone's come on, so I know it's working. So fine. A bit red and a bit flushed. Sorry, it's quite a long call I was on before. So, quick recap for everything we have done so far. Let me turn the sound off on here as well. Otherwise it's going to keep doing that because it's attached to my WhatsApp and it keeps making noise. Yay! Claire can see and hear me. That's good. Well, it's good for me. Whether it's good for you or not, you can decide. So the first day we looked at reviewing this past year. We started to get out some feelings that we want to be having moving forward into 2023. What's really funny is my doors that they're on have crossed behind each other in the course of me being in and out of the wardrobe, and now they're the other way around. We went through how we felt over this past year, as well as everything we have thought over this past year and everything that we've achieved over this past year as well. We looked at rating out of 10 our core values, our life goal affirmations, as well as the central chunks in our lives and how our lives generally break into. We also looked at what goals we had and had not achieved and why we had achieved them or why we had not achieved them. So what strategies had worked moving forward. And we are going to look back on that one in particular as well tonight. So our next evening was possible steps forward, which was all about just getting the brain going with ideas of what different goals we could be doing, what different actionable steps we could be taking, and doing a massive brainstorm across all the different areas at all the different things we could do to improve some areas of our lives. We also looked at our in 12 months, where do I want to be statements. So getting an idea of where we want to be in each of those areas of our lives as well, moving forward. And then we had last night, and we also talked about our word of the year. And if you have a word of the year and you would like a lovely backdrop screensaver thingy, if you email me with the word, because otherwise it will get lost in all the other messages, to be completely honest. But also then I can reply, because it's a bigger file, I can reply to the email with the graphic. And we can all have lovely matching graphics of our words of the year and have them up on our desktops. I haven't made a screen for, I think, because I change my phone background all the time with different things that I need useful. So most of the time it's a picture of my daughter because I just find that inspiring. But I'll put other things, I'll screenshot to-do lists and my calendar and stuff and save that in my phone. So I thought the desktop was a nice way to have it. So if you want a matching coordinated desktop of your word of the year, then email your word of the year and I'll email back with the desktop graphic. We talked about that. That was on day 2, and day 3 was about define the goals. We looked at our yearly overview, put together a yearly overview plan of all the things we've got going on. Where is mine? Where's it gone? Oh, it's hiding. We had this one, and and I'm going to write out, make it look all pretty eventually so it can pin up on the wall. But things like birthdays, big events, holidays, all that kind of stuff we put onto there. And that will also play a part in today, particularly when we're setting deadlines. And then we looked at breaking all our goals into SMART goals, making sure that they were specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and that we had a time frame to them. So that was my one of those. I still haven't got this one that I can't quite turn into. I will find a SMART goal for it, but it's quite a complicated goal, and at the moment it just says marketing and promo. No, that is not a SMART goal. Even if I put improve marketing and promo, that would still be not a SMART goal. So I've been doing some brainstorming today, but I haven't got far enough yet to turn that into a SMART goal. And sometimes I find that the step we're going to do today can help create a SMART goal out of it. I'm not going to try and get that one today because I really need to think a lot to do that, and trying to teach and think is really hard. So I will probably do that one in a separate episode. I feel like I kind of ran out. This has got loads more I want to put on. I ran out of space, so I think I'm going to do that big piece of paper on the floor over the weekend and get that one moving forward. But we put everything into our SMART goals. Oh, but before that, we came up with our 12 goals for the year. So we have 4 personal, 4 professional, and 4 family, friends, and home. And I thought as well that I should have mentioned the same with where we say it's a maximum of 3 things. It can be less, but it can't be more. With our daily intentions, it's a maximum of 12 things. It can be less, but it can't be more. So if you only have 2 in one section, don't necessarily push yourself to find more, but I wouldn't add any more in the other sections. So if you only had 2 professional, still only do 4 in family and friends. Like, don't cross over, would be my recommendation. And as we talked about, the great thing is get all of those done, all of those 3 columns of the 4 or less ticked off, and then if you want to do more, add them in monthly. So don't add to your yearly goals. Just when you get, so you've got everything done by the end of June, when you come to set your July goals, you might go back to your bigger lists and things. And like I said, we're going to take pictures of all the bits of paper we've done. We're going to save them in a folder. I use Google Drive, so I'll save them in a folder in my Google Drive. If I get through all my goals by June and I feel like I want, or whenever, and I feel like I want some additional goals in my life, then I will just allocate them monthly based on my energy, knowing that I've achieved what I want to achieve with this year. Everything else is just a nice addition, because it can feel quiet. I used to make this mistake where I would then expand my yearly goals and then not achieve my yearly goals, and I would completely lose that wow, I achieved my yearly goal feeling, even though I achieved the first sheet of them. I would lose all that like motivation and inspiration and like happiness in myself. Yeah, I'm awesome, because to me, I hadn't achieved them, because even though what I hadn't achieved is something I'd added on to, that door being slightly open is driving me nuts. So I'm going to do that. This is probably why the assessor knew I had ADHD within a couple of minutes. And yeah, that and the blanket. I'm not even cold, but I need a blanket. Just need a blanket, always. So that was day 3, and today we are looking at our steps and deadlines. So again, it's going to be a lot of writing, but it's all right because we've got that groovy new playlist in the background. So what we want to have is this bad boy to start with, and we're going to start with 1 goal, and I would suggest you pick something really easy. Pick the easiest goal you've got on that piece of paper. The easiest one, not the most complicated. We're going to warm up these goal setting muscles, aren't we? Gently, slowly. Let me get the coloured pens out. So I'm going to go with fine line pens because it tends to be smaller writing. And I think, let's start off on a high. I'm going to start with pink. Oh no, because I don't actually write that much with the first one. So I'm going to do the first one with green. So we are going to pick out our easiest goal to start with. What is my easiest goal for... I am going to go with number 3 on my personal list. So I'm actually going to write 3 personal, 3 or 3 personal, and then the goal underneath it. And I'm going to do it on this side. So that's this side of the page, so that I can then go this way across my page. You could do the top and go down if you wanted to. I don't know. I don't like going down. It feels like a pyramid or a family tree, but that's just my brain. It's not from a... Practically, I don't think it works going down, but I'm going sideways. So if you want to just join in with the sideways plan, I'm going to put it in the middle so I can go above and below. So maybe if I write it on, then you'll see what I mean. That would make sense, wouldn't it? So personal 3, and it is... I'm just going to write the short version of it, not the... So there it is. Written it there. And I'm going to put a nice bubble around it. Like that. I've just put water. So I know what my actual goal is, and when I write them out neatly in my planner, which I know Claire's got one of. Claire has the very first planner. Right in the back section, then we talked about the life balance charts. You can do them on there as well. Find the right page. I need to put bookmarks in mine. This one. So you've got right in this section, this is where afterwards you write it out neatly, you write what the goal is, you define the parameters for achieving your goal. Why is it important to you? Because when you are like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, you can remind yourself why it's important to you, any resources you need to achieve your goal, and then you're going to break it down into manageable chunks. But you're going to write that out later. It's neat and tidy. So I will filling mine in sort of towards the... Where's my nose so itchy? Let me get a tissue. I will fill mine in right at the end of the month. I'll leave these all up. I'm going to run out of wardrobe. I'm going to leave them all up and deal with it. And I haven't spelled water right. That's not a good start, is it? Let's put an R on the end of that. So what we are then going to do is do some little arms out from it and write our first load of steps that we need to do to complete this goal. So what are the steps that we need to do for those? And then if a step feels too overwhelming or you wouldn't know where to start with that step, you break it down again. And the thing we want to get to is that each step on a list feels manageable. It can be that it might feel a little bit challenging. It might be that I need to go and learn something for it. So if you're like, I need to learn this skill, if you get to a step and it's, I need to learn a skill, break it down again into research where to learn the skill, schedule time to learn the skill, like break that one down again. What you want to do is get it down 2 steps that feel realistic. Like researching, doing a course in X feels a lot more realistic than magically knowing something you don't know, which is not possible. So for me, the personal 3, drink more water. So what is my actionable one was I will drink X milliliters. I haven't decided on the actual number of milliliters. I wanted a bit more research because there's lots of conflicting information out there and I didn't remember which one I want to settle on. Of water every day and tick it off in a chart or app. So I need to decide how much water it's going to be to finish making that goal tick offable. So that'd be like, research latest water daily intake studies, and to draw a little bit of circle around that one because otherwise I'll get confused. I need to research a good app, because I think realistically I want this on my phone. I think gamification. So select a good water app. This is why I couldn't be like a proper teacher in the classroom. Oh, my ball around that one started to look a bit weird. Now it just looks like a bit formed peanut. It's got a bubble around it. I feel like joining a challenge would be something that would work well for me on this one. So maybe join a water challenge. Water challenge. And select a water bottle. I have water bottles, so it could be that you were going to the shop to find one. So select a water bottle. So now I'd look at these ones that I come up with. Is any of those need to be broken down further? For me, researching latest water intake studies. Now I know a really good, reliable website, so that feels really manageable for me. However, if you don't happen to know good, reliable sources of information, that one you might want to break down into and get a recommendation for a reliable website, or make sure speak to a doctor or something like that. How could you, do you know how to access that research, for example? Select a good water app. Well, you haven't got a smartphone. Oh, okay, so now I need a smartphone with an app on, and I need to update my smartphone and thing, and you could break it down. I mean, most of us have got smartphones, I'm pretty sure, in this one, but do you see what I mean? Like, if you looked at that and go, how else do I select a good water app? Well, I know, go on apps and look at reviews. Drinking water is really, really tricky with ADHD, so I know I will also go and ask my ADHD support group people. So let's break this one down a few bits, because I'm starting to feel a bit overwhelmed by it. So we are going to check the App Store. I'll check. We'll check the App Store for reviews. Oh, I'm not good at bubbles. I realised you can get, you know, like the there's that way of journaling that is free journal. You have to do it on your own pages. Oh, bullet journal. There we go. I knew it would come out. And everyone does these beautiful ones that look amazing. They draw all these boxes and stuff. You can get stencils for those, and that's what I need for this. I need a set of stencils, so I might ask Father Christmas for some stencils as well as some pretty Sharpies. So check the App Store. I could ask in ADHD groups. Now, if I wasn't already in the ADHD groups, I could put another on